There are so many new updates with the Dior lip oil kind of drama scandal. People's lips were actually turning black from the Dior lip oil. They claimed, many people said they were making it up. There is so much controversy with this topic, but you guys, I have an update which I think is very promising. I think it is good news and hopefully will shed some light on this situation. So let's go ahead and dive in. Allure magazine just did a story on this issue where so many TikTokers were coming forward and sharing their story, how they believed that their Dior lip oil was actually turning their lips black. Now, another issue with this drama was that many of these women were primarily women of color. And I have to tell you guys, it's really disheartening how many people have even commented me. People are making TikToks. They claim that these women were lying. Many people said that they were lying to try to get money. Many people claimed they were using counterfeit Dior lip oil, so they thought they were not using the real thing and they were using $2 lip oils from AliExpress. And many people again just said, oh, how come it's only women of color? Laugh out loud, and making it sound like it was a joke. So, you know, these issues are real in today's society as ever. Like many women of color TikTokers said, how come no one was taking them seriously? How come people were acting like this was not a real issue and that, again, they were lying? But if it were not women of color, would they be telling them that they were lying, or would they take them seriously? That's something that was really brought to light. A lot of this undercurrent in society of, I think, believing that because they're women of color, they did not believe them. But again, as I mentioned earlier, Allure has come forward and they interviewed several dermatologists, you guys. So these are doctors, these are professionals, and they have seen this issue before, and this is what they shared is the cause of it. So according to Allure magazine, they just did a story May 22nd, 2025. So thank goodness this issue was brought to the attention of, say, a beauty industry Bible like Allure magazine, who did the investigation and who is shedding more light on this topic and actually even proving this is not fake. They're not making it up. This is a real issue. So the dermatologist that they spoke to, this is what they found according to the Allure article. So according to Allure Investigates, TikTokers are saying this Dior lip oil turned their lips black. In the article, they do state some people, mostly black women, are reporting a mysterious skin condition after using the product long term. Allure gets to the bottom of it with the help of many dermatologists and chemists. So in the Allure article, they state, over the past few weeks, TikToker users have sparked a heated conversation over a potential side effect of Dior Addict Lip Glow Oil. According to Allure Investigates, the newly dark and sometimes cracked appearance of the user's lips is likely the result of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, as 3 different board-certified dermatologists told Allure after seeing a handful of the videos. The condition happens as a response to a skin injury or irritation, causing it to produce excess pigment, and it's more common in darker skin because of its higher melanin content. Melanin-rich skin is more likely to produce pigment in response to inflammation or irritation, so even minor exposure to irritants can lead to visible dark spots on the lips, according to Dr. Mona Gohara, a board-certified dermatologist in Connecticut. Now, also in Allure, they state there are multiple working theories as to the cause of this irritation, but the general consensus is that certain ingredients in Dior's formula could be causing very subtle and prolonged irritation that people might not even realize they're experiencing until their lips have already become discolored, and that sun exposure could be accelerating the hyperpigmentation. According to Allure magazine, the experts that they spoke to say the key ingredients are generally safe, but the formula does include a synthetic fragrance, however, which could be of concern according to chemists. They say fragrances are a common cause of contact dermatitis. Red dye number 7 is also among the lip oil's ingredients, which Dr. Gohara says has the potential to be irritating to the delicate skin on the lips. According to Allure magazine, 2017, they state one of the most common online theories suggests that Dior lip oil acts as a cooking agent of sorts. But Dr. Gohara says on the average day, you're not getting to any sort of temperature where you would be cooking your skin, says Dr. Gohara. On the other hand, glossy lip products can intensify UV exposure by acting like a magnifying glass. Without SPF, this can lead to sun-induced pigmentation. The Dior lip oil does not include sunscreen ingredients. And in Allure's article, they also interviewed board-certified dermatologist Dr. Mariwala, and they also interviewed Dr. Weaver, who is a Maryland-based board-certified dermatologist. And both of these dermatologists believe that this is happening to these Dior customers because they say that certain plants, especially citrus fruit, celery, and carrots, can cause pigmentation changes when exposed to sunlight. Dr. Weaver says it's the same thing that happens when someone spills lime juice on their skin while vacationing in the sun and develops a rash in that area. The symptoms of the skin condition Dior customers are reporting align greatly with the symptoms of this type of rash, they both say. But here's the thing that is confusing. Dior's formula does not contain lime juice or any other similar fruit or vegetable juices. According to Allure, this is more likely about a certain ingredient interacting with individual sensitivities and sun exposure over time. Dr. Weaver says, though, continued use of the product even after mild irritation has occurred could make the condition more difficult to treat. In melanin-rich skin, anything that irritates, whether it be acne, bug bites, or in this case, a lip oil, can cause hyperpigmentation. When someone continues to apply the problem, the pigmentation deepens. The longer it persists, the harder it is to treat. Dr. Weaver does say the condition may be physically harmless, but socially and emotionally, it's significant. So Dr. Gohara recommends wearing a lip balm with SPF daily, especially under your glossy lip products. If you're experiencing hyperpigmentation that you think might be caused by Dior's lip oil, she says that they advise to cease using the product and get in touch with a dermatologist or a doctor. Dr. Mariwala warns against the temptation to treat the problem with excessive exfoliants. This often worsens the pigmentation. They do emphasize that it is important to report adverse reactions directly to Dior and to the FDA. By law, Dior must include a phone number specifically for reporting complaints on its label, or you can reach out to its customer service assistant team. Issues can be reported to the FDA online. This helps the FDA to gather information about the frequency and severity of the problems. Dior has not yet publicly responded to customer complaints of lip discoloration, and Allure even reached out to Dior and they have not received a response. So there's way more information in the article just speaking about the emotional ramifications and how, it affects people's self-esteem. So you can check out that article down below. And I also wanted to include today, there is a TikToker who shared her thoughts on the issue. Her name is Sarah on Things, and a lot of people really resonated and felt that what she had to say was really valuable. So let's go ahead and check it out.
The Dior lip oil turned your lips black, you've likely developed contact pigmented colitis. It's an allergy to fatty acid esters, one of which is called propyl gallate. Propyl gallate is an antioxidant and it's used in a lot of cosmetics as a preservative, and it's also found in the Dior lip oil. It's a sensitivity that develops over time, so you could have been using the lip oil a year ago and be fine, and then suddenly this year, your lips are black. The reason why your doctors can't explain this to you is because it's an allergy found predominantly in brown and black women. Historically, doctors don't give a fuck about brown and black skin. I figured this out because I personally experienced it. When I smile, you see this little divot here? It's from a biopsy. About 3 years ago, these brown lesions started developing on my lips out of nowhere. So I go to a dermatologist, he biopsies me, and he says, it's a melanotic macule. Essentially just a big fat freckle. Wear a bunch of SPF and it should go away. Okay, I do that. In 3 to 4 months, it does go away. I go back to living my life. 6 months later, they're back. Mind you, I'd gone back to using my normal makeup, my normal lip products. I was just lathering SPF on top of it to make sure I didn't get sunburned, because apparently that's what it was. And I know if I go to the doctor again, they're just going to say, it's a big fat freckle, it'll go away. I stop using all cosmetics on my lips, just stick to Aquaphor, and 3 or 4 months, it does go away. 6 months later, bitch, we're back. Go see another doctor. Just use a bunch of SPF. So enter me, no medical experience whatsoever, scouring through medical journals, studies, and I finally break this shit open. It's contact pigmented colitis, you're allergic to fatty acid esters. Propyl gallate is not the only fatty acid ester. So if you've ever developed one of those brown lesions on your lips and it takes about like 3 or 4 months to go away, you've developed an allergy to fatty acid esters. You must cross-reference the ingredients on your lip products with that list of fatty acid esters. And if they exist in the lip product, you cannot use it. Keep using SPF on your lips, okay? 100%, that's important. But it's not going to stop you from developing those brown lesions again. Its life cycle is like 3 or 4 months, so it will go away as long as you're not adding more of those allergens onto your lips. You can still use like lip products, lip stains, lipsticks, whatever. You just have to make sure that those esters aren't in there. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but I know I'm right.
Wow, she had so much good information there, didn't she? So it seems like she was really able to pinpoint what is causing the allergy. And both the doctors and herself, Sarah, both said it was an allergy, but the doctors in the article, maybe they really weren't sure what was causing the allergy, but she really has pinpointed it. So that is great information. Maybe if you know that you're sensitive to, you've seen your lips turning black or deep darkening, then you know to look for that ingredient that Sarah on Things mentioned. So she did follow this up with another TikTok. Let's go ahead and check out that.
In addition to the fatty acid ester propyl gallate, fruit-derived esters are also used in lots of cosmetics to mimic fruity flavors and scents, and those are also highly sensitizing and can trigger PCC, pigmented contact colitis. And in addition to the fruit-derived esters and propyl gallate, we also have synthetically derived esters that also are used to mimic scents in these cosmetics and are also highly sensitizing. That being said, a lot of cosmetics have like proprietary formulas when it comes to like the flavor or scent of the product. And that's the case with topical slick salve. If you look at the comment section of my last video, you will see so many people are saying that the slick salve did the same thing that the Dior lip oil did. It turned their lips black, but there's no propyl gallate in it. So why? Topicals doesn't share the formulation of how they get their scents, like the acai or the minty one they have. So we can assume that the ingredients to make that scent include one of these triggers. My recommendation is go to an allergist armed with this list of ingredients and let them do a patch test so you can figure out exactly which ones you're sensitive to. Until then, avoid all products with propyl gallate in them and stay away from all like scented or flavored lip products.
So yeah, that was another thing that the doctors also mentioned, some sort of citrus fruit in the ingredients that could be causing the irritation. And then a lot of the ingredients for these lip products are, they're not sharing their formula. So they don't know what actually citrus fruit might be in the product or the fragrance. They don't actually, I believe she said they don't share. It's their proprietary ingredients. And so they don't share exactly what ingredients, but the fragrance. So both the doctor and herself, Sarah, said it could be the fragrance, or Sarah had said it could be a fruit. So, maybe the fragrance in the Dior lip oil is made out of a fruit. So nobody knows because it just says fragrance. So what exactly is in that fragrance? Could it be fruit? We need to find out. But in the meantime, she said, and the doctor said, Sarah and the doctors did say, just cease using all of these lip products. If what can you use? Just Aquaphor. But some people said they have a bad reaction to Aquaphor. So you have to be so careful. But it's good to find out, that's the good news about this. Find out if you can find out what you're allergic to. Because, I think you should find out, because if you can, it might be pricey. But hopefully, just take it seriously because your body is reacting. Something is maybe in your intuition telling you that you don't feel right about this, the way your lips are looking, because apparently the doctors said it's not harmful. But, if you don't feel right about it, definitely stop using these products and, find something else that'll work for you until they do investigate. The FDA needs to get involved and needs to investigate what's causing this because it's just not right. But at least now people can see that this is a real thing and these gals and these TikTokers are not making this up. So, because people really were insinuating that they were making it up. And I really feel like, why would they say they're making it up? A lot of people say, oh, they just want money. Really? All of these TikTokers are making it up just to get money. I couldn't believe it, the reaction that these videos were getting. So what do you guys think though? Do you think that this has finally solved the issue? Hopefully there will be more investigation going on when the FDA hopefully gets involved. And look at that, Dior didn't even answer Allure magazine. So these girls might be reaching out to Dior and they're not answering anybody. So hopefully they really should answer people. That makes me really not feel good about Dior if they can't even respect people that spent their money and, you know, they have probably $1 billion company. They can't take the time to message people back and say, we're so sorry, or, you know, we're going to be looking into this or something, or some kind of statement. I really think that'd be the right thing to do, especially when they have the resources. You know, I'm sure they have a very large customer service department. They certainly do have plenty of employees around the world. Can't somebody just put out a statement? Because maybe not everybody is going to see this video. Maybe, you know, so they're not going to get the information they need. They might keep using it, and then their lips are going to turn back and they're going to get very upset. So, you know, I hope that this information gets out there more, and hopefully this video is helping to facilitate that, and hopefully we'll get more answers. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. And that's pretty much it. I hope you are all doing good, and I'll see you very soon.